friends, welcome back for part 4 of the sewing journal series. So the Mod Podge is dry. I should hope so. It was yesterday I Mod Podged. Little change of plans. Instead of using this one, I did a different sewing pattern, and I'll show you why. This is just a smidge too big, and I've cropped it as far as I can crop it, and it looks weird, like maybe if I had been able to, I don't know. It's just off center, and yeah, I'm not happy with it. So I went with this one. And it is adhered to the front of the journal. I used Mod Podge. You can use Fabri-Tac, whatever you want to use to glue that down. And as I said in the last video, I stitched around the perimeter of the book with a zigzag. And now I'm going to glue in this curved spine by taking it off my pencil. Once we've got this job done, we will discuss the pages. So in this journal, I'm going to have 18 separate sheets of paper. In this one, I'm going to have 18 separate sheets of paper. That's because I'm going to use 3 narrow signatures. But if your spine is wider, you're going to have to either repeat some of the pages or do as you please. But I will be giving design suggestions for 18 pages, and we'll do those together. Remember to have your post-it notes so we know where everything goes. Looks like a warmer day out there today, so I've got some paper soaking in tea. I want to get some tea-dyed paper done today. Alright. I'm going to set all of this aside. I won't throw this out. I might use it for something else, or I might use it for a different journal. I don't know. Alright, let me pause while I grab all the paper. Alright, let's talk about paper. So, I did make up 2 paper prototypes of this is the bigger journal with the multiple signatures. This is the TN style. So you're going to need, if you're going to follow along perfectly, this is what I'm suggesting. So you're going to want to use tea-dyed paper. So I believe at least 6 sheets of tea-dyed paper. So this is like a copy paper weight. I think that's probably going to be sufficient. Scrapbook paper, you want the thinner stuff, so one-sided. And I like it tea-dyed so that there's color on both sides. I may or may not use this because I've got some other ideas, but 5 sheets of cardstock, or scrapbook paper. You're going to want a couple of sheets of lined paper. Here's my lined paper. Some grid paper. Some music paper. And some book pages. So I've got some magazine pages. I've got some dictionary. I've got some textbook. These are from a encyclopedia. But I've also got some other books. And when I pulled this out, I thought, I might swap out some of the scrapbook pages for some of this. We'll see. So this is, I don't know, late 60s. This is a illustrated dressmaking guide. This is a fashion digest. So it has images of new patterns available. This, I think, came from a catalog. So we've got some options in terms of book pages. Now, to increase our difficulty, because the TN is one signature and the larger one is actually 3 signatures, I think what we'll do is start with the specific page types. So the tea-dyed paper. We'll do all the tea-dyed pages first, and then I will tell you what page numbers they are for either the TN size or for the signature and page number in the bigger book size. Okay. So we're gonna start with tea dye. You ready? Okay. Let me clear this away. Okay. So I've got 5 sheets of tea dyed paper here, and it is 8 1/4 inches long, which is perfect for the height of a traveler's notebook. And I'm going to trim off the end, and I want it between 8 1/2 and 8 3/4. I'm going to go with 8 3/4. I just was looking at this, and it looks like it might be a hair, a whisker. So I just took off some whiskers. Okay, I'm going to fold these. Okay, now the 5th sheet I'm going to fold at 4 3/8. And then there's going to be a little flip around there. Okay, so I'm going to measure this again. 4 3/8, or from the very end, it's 8 3/4. Okay. And I'm just going to make sure that we have 8 1/4. It's probably going to need a whisker. Just a little shave off the top. All right. Whoops. Sorry, didn't mean to bash that. So we're going to start with the center of our junk journal, or of our TN. Okay. Now, if you're using the bigger one, I will let you know what pages these are. So in the center, where's the sticky? There it is. In the center, let me grab a black pen. This is page 37 and page 38. So that's for the TN size. If you're doing the, well, let me put this here. This is page 36. That's the TN size. So if this was the bigger size, so the full 8.5 by 11 folded in half, then this would be page 7, and that's signature 3. This is page 8, signature 3. This is page 17, signature 3. Page 18, signature 3, or page 18, no, sorry, page 39 for the TN size. Okay, so we have 36, 37, 38, 39. So obviously this is the center of the TN. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab some fabric. We're going to use lots of textiles, fabrics, lace. There's going to be sewing involved. Again, if you're not a sewist, feel free to grab some glue and paper, whatever you want to use. So I want to grab some colorful kind of stuff. Got lots of good stuff in here. That'll get us started for sure, right? What I'm not dropping on the floor. So I don't Ooh, there's a good one. So I want to make a tab. So I'm going to cut this about 2 inches. Doesn't have to be exactly 2 inches. If you want to use pinking shears, because pinking shears, of course, is something that we see a lot in sewing. And this is going to be a fairly long tab. So about 4 inches. Now for this one, I'm not going to pull a lot of threads. Ugh. But I am going to just tack down the fabric with a little bit of glue stick and I will sew it. I think I'm going to go with like an ivory thread this time. Move that in. I could add a piece of rickrack or something to that, couldn't I? Or a piece of lace. Let me grab some pink rickrack. Oh, it's up so high. Bend in it. I'll cut that piece off. And something like that. Now I can tack that down with a little bit of Fabri-Tac. Not too much, just enough to hold it. In place while I sew. I feel like I'm going to add a few buttons as well. Okay, I'm going to stop the video for a minute while I go to the sewing machine. Okay, stitching's done and I've tied off the threads. I've picked a couple of buttons out here. I'm just going to glue them down with a little bit of Fabri-Tac. I think it's time to add some acetone to this. Again, it's getting really thick, hard to come out. Okay, I've got some embroidery thread here. Oh, I'm going to start at the top so I can knot the thread at the top. I think today is Tuesday. I think it's the 4th of May. It's not here right now because, like I said, I am filming ahead. So I've been tea dyeing paper today. My son is on vacation, so he's been baking cheesecake and said he's going to bring me some cheesecake today. So that'll be cool. And one more. If you're an embroiderer, there's all kinds of really cute ideas that you can embroider over top of rickrack. Check out Pinterest if you want to see some ideas. And if you want to take the time to do that, you should. I, however, struggle with tying a knot. There we go. Okay. I didn't need to poke a hole because we weren't going through paper. Oh! Where'd my needle go? I hope I don't find it the hard way. Of course, I have got fabric, rickrack, and buttons here because I'm going to make a page for my other journal at the same time. Hang on, I'll be right back with that. Okay, so this is for the bigger journal that I'm making. So this one, whoops, this one here. The book itself is bigger than 8.5 by 11 paper would fill. So my paper is actually 8 7/8 by 5 3/4. So that's how that's going to fit in there. And for the, oh, I keep hitting the thing. For the TN, that will go right in there. Okay, so there's a lot of blank areas still on this page. If you want to, we have a couple of options. You can, if you have some rubber stamps that you want to use. So I got these rubber stamps. I've never used them. I think I got them at the thrift store. And I might do a little bit of stamping. And, or you could do some stenciling. Or thirdly, you could add some paper dolls. So if you have some old pattern envelopes that have seen better days, like some of the ones I showed you in my first video, like maybe you might want to fussy cut some of those out. That one's kind of cute. I don't know that I'm actually going to do this, but like maybe I could add these sisters. They're kind of big. Like, I think probably I would only use one. Well, she's kind of cute. Just to add a little bit of decoration there. If you want to. If you don't want to, fine by me. All right. Oh, these are cute little ones. Those ones I can see using. Anyway, I will let you go for the time being, and we'll come back tomorrow and do another page. Take care.